What if Lance Armstrong had never doped? It's a question that has been asked many times since the doping scandal that rocked the cycling world in 2012. Armstrong, once considered one of the greatest cyclists of all time, admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs throughout much of his career. As a result, he was stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles and faced widespread public scrutiny and backlash. But what if things had been different? What if Armstrong had chosen to race clean? Hey, welcome to Downward Dog, where we bring you the most mind-boggling scenarios. Subscribe now and join our community. Lance Armstrong's doping scandal was one of the biggest in the history of sports. It not only tarnished his own legacy, but also had a ripple effect on the entire world of cycling. But what if things had been different? What if Armstrong had chosen a different path? The possibilities are endless, and in this video, we'll explore the top 5 scenarios for what could have happened if Lance Armstrong had not doped. Scenario 1. The rise to fame. One possible scenario is that Armstrong may not have achieved the same level of success if he had not doped. He may not have won 7 Tour de France titles or become the face of cycling. However, he was already a talented cyclist before he started doping, so it's possible that he could have still achieved success in his career without the use of performance-enhancing drugs. If Armstrong had stayed clean throughout his career, he would have still had a successful career, but his achievements would not have been as extraordinary as they were with the use of performance-enhancing drugs. He may not have won as many races or set as many records, but he would still have been a top cyclist. In fact, Armstrong had already won a world championship title before he started doping, so it's possible that he could have won more titles without the use of drugs. It's also possible that he would have focused more on his team rather than just himself, which could have led to more team victories. Armstrong's doping scandal also had a big impact on the anti-doping movement in sports. If Armstrong had not doped, it's possible that there would not have been as much attention paid to the issue of doping in cycling and other sports. Scenario 2. Clean racing. Another possible scenario is that if Armstrong had not doped, he could have become an advocate for clean racing and encouraged others to compete without the use of performance-enhancing drugs. This could have had a ripple effect throughout the world of cycling and other sports. Armstrong's doping scandal was a wake-up call for the world of cycling, and it led to stricter anti-doping regulations and testing. However, if Armstrong had stayed clean, he could have been a leader in this movement himself. He could have used his platform to promote clean racing and inspire other athletes to compete without the use of drugs. In fact, Armstrong did become an advocate for cancer research and survivorship after his doping scandal, so it's possible that he would have focused more on advocacy work if he had not doped. This could have led to a different kind of impact on the world of sports and beyond. Lance Armstrong's legacy is a complicated one. While his doping scandal tarnished his reputation, he also did a lot of good through his Livestrong Foundation and cancer advocacy work. If he had not doped, his legacy would have been very different. Scenario 3. A different legacy. If Armstrong had not doped, he may have still become an advocate for cancer research and survivorship, but his legacy would have been focused more on his athletic achievements rather than his scandal. Armstrong was a talented cyclist before he started doping, and if he had not turned to performance-enhancing drugs, he would have still been a successful cyclist with a strong work ethic and competitive drive. He may not have achieved the same level of success, but his reputation would not have been tarnished, and he would have been remembered more for his athletic achievements. Without the doping scandal, Armstrong's Livestrong Foundation could have also had a different trajectory. The foundation was created in 1997 to support cancer survivors and research, but it gained even more attention after Armstrong's own cancer diagnosis and survival. If Armstrong had not doped, the foundation may have still gained attention due to Armstrong's success in cycling, but it may not have become as closely associated with Armstrong himself. Armstrong's doping scandal not only affected his own career, but also had an impact on other cyclists who were implicated in the scandal or who were suspected of doping. If Armstrong had not doped, it's possible that their careers could have also been different. Scenario 4. A different cycling landscape. If Armstrong had not doped, it's possible that other cyclists may have also refrained from using performance-enhancing drugs. The cycling landscape could have been very different without the doping scandal, with different riders winning races and setting records. It's also possible that cycling as a whole may not have been as heavily scrutinized for doping without Armstrong's scandal. While doping has always been an issue in sports, Armstrong's high profile and success brought it to the forefront of the public consciousness. Without his scandal, it's possible that doping in cycling may not have been as closely monitored or regulated. Finally, let's explore the personal impact of Armstrong not doping. How would it have affected him as an individual? Scenario 5. Personal growth. If Armstrong had not doped, it's possible that he may have had a different perspective on his own success and legacy. Winning 7 Tour de France titles and becoming a cycling legend may have been important to him, but he may have also valued the process of clean racing and being a role model for other athletes. Without the doping scandal, Armstrong may not have faced the same level of public scrutiny and backlash. However, he still would have had to grapple with the knowledge that his success may not have been achieved solely through hard work and talent. It's possible that this realization could have led to personal growth and a different approach to his career and advocacy work. So there you have it, the top 5 scenarios for what could have happened if Lance Armstrong had not doped. While we'll never know for sure what could have happened, it's interesting to consider how small decisions can have big impacts. If Armstrong had not doped, the world of cycling and sports in general could have been very different. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to show your support by giving it a like and sharing it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss upcoming videos. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.